Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great start of the week and hope you had a good weekend. And welcome to this new video right here on Cardano. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about the fundamentals briefly and we'll talk about the price action. I covered Cardano, I think last week Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I will look it up because that's relevant. No, last week Thursday, right? So the 24th. So back then we had already pulled back slightly, and we spoke about that. But so far, I would say that what we said in that video has been exactly correct, right? Because what we did, and what I said in that video, and we'll get to the new video in a moment, don't worry. But what I said in the video is that, all right, well, we have broken down a major level now because we had broken above. First of all, I'll show you. We had broken above the value area high of a major range, which is great. That's great news. But then we had broken down below that. So what I said is that, all right, we have a strong support level right here at 76, 78 cents. We need to, from there, get a strong reaction, which it could have been stronger, but it was ultimately a decent reaction, quite high volume as well, and we still held that. And then we need to reclaim that value area high again. And that is where we are right now in that in that process, right? We got a good reaction. We have held the yearly rolling VWAP, so that's a great sign. I mean, if you actually do want to see continued bullish momentum, which I think if you're watching this video, you do want to see that, I assume. But if you want to see that, you want to see a level like that hold, all right? So that's what we did. But now the question is, and this is almost equally as important, can we actually reclaim the most important level right here around, let's say, 86 cents. Reclaiming a little bit lower is fine as well. But if we reclaim 86 cents, we're fine for sure. And I'm not certain. I mean, I briefly wanted to look at the fundamentals right here for Cardano. Those are just not great, especially not if you compare them to October, November last year. Cardano back then was actually quite strong, right? And it was performing very, very well. Together with some of its older peers, right? So like Avalanche, which is also a bit weak right now, but also like Hedera, like Algorand, like Stellar, and all of those, especially the last three, have already rallied a lot, and Cardano has kind of been left behind. I mean, obviously it did rally, right? So it did great. But if you compare this move to the price action we saw before, and if you compare this move and where we are compared to the levels we were at the 11th of May to Hedera and XLM, etc., this is not as big. Now, I do think it's most likely, looking at the markets and looking at this strong reaction right here, that, you know, maybe we consolidate down here for a bit longer, or up here, whatever you want to call it. I do think it's most likely that we will reclaim that level at 86 and 85.5 cents, right? And that we will be able to rally up higher, where my first price target would be. Let me quickly look up where the point of control is, because we're trying to break out above a new level. First price target would be $1. Big psychological resistance level, also the point of control, right? So where most of the liquidity has been traded before. So this is what I think is most likely. But I do think, you know, we have got a lot of news coming out over the course of this week, a lot of economic data, so that can spoil the fun for sure. And I think we need to do something like this relatively quickly. If we don't do it this week, there's just not enough strength. And then my opinion and my bias does change. But for now, that's it. All right, so that's what I expect. That's what I think you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.